Hi everyone, welcome to my stretching and trigger point session today. We're going to be going for about 15 minutes today, just stretching out through all those tight muscles from all your workouts earlier in the week, and I'm going to teach you some trigger point therapy as well, just to loosen up some of those muscles. For those of you that don't know me, I was a massage therapist for 10 years, and so I kind of know which muscles are your tightest, and so we're going to give it a go with the tennis ball today to loosen that up. So all you need is a mat, tennis ball, and we're going to use our towel for stretching, so everybody should have all of those things at home. So we're just going to start with a few deep breaths just to realign and reset our body. So just lying down onto your back there, and we're just going to close down through the eyes, bring the soles of the feet together, turn the palms to face up, and anchor the shoulders all the way down, closing down through the eyes. Nice deep breath in with a long exhalation. And I'm going to give you a choice today. You can use a Pilates breath where we're breathing in through the nose and an exhale out of the mouth. Alternatively, using a yoga breath where we're breathing in and out of the nose. So just find what works for you. I'll still cue you in on your breathing. 2 more breaths here. And just bringing your hands just on the outside of your legs and bringing the knees all the way together there. So we're going to start with our trigger points just through your glutes today. So we're going to place that right in the middle of your left cheek. So right in the middle of the left cheek, you're going to stay lying down onto your back. And our right leg's nice and long. So we just start with that left knee and tabletop. It's over the hip. The ball is directly underneath that hip bone, and we're sending that leg nice and long. So we start as an active trigger. So inhale, exhale, push away. We're going to do 2 more of those. And 1 more. And on the last one, we'll bring the knee back to our tabletop position, and then just drop that knee out to the side. So you might feel a little bit more pressure through the ball. Now you can just stay here and just work a static hold, or you can rock your hips from side to side, so you'll just feel the muscle roll over the tennis ball for 3 and 2. 1 more here. Bring that knee back to center. Now we were just in the middle of the cheek, and now we're going to move it up so it's underneath the hip bone there. So it's on the same line. We've got the same setup. Our right leg's long, our knee starts in tabletop. This time bring the knee inside the body and then opening to the outside of the body. So again, we're going to feel that muscle roll off the ball and then roll back onto the ball for 2 more. Good, 1 more. Hold the knee out to the side, drop the ankle to the ground, and you can just hold that trigger point, or you can rock and roll into it, making it an active trigger again. 3, 2, and 1, coming all the way back to center. We're going to bend up through both knees. Now we're finding our hip bone, and we're taking the ball around the back, so it's directly underneath the hip bone here, and we're going to rock both knees over to that side. So with this one, we're just holding it, so it's just a static trigger. Let the knees drop out to the side. So as you breathe, you should feel those knees rolling out just that little bit more, putting pressure on your glute med, breathing into it. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. Inhale through the nose, exhale out of the mouth for 1 more breath. Coming all the way back to center with your knees, lowering down through the right hip and just taking the tennis ball out from there. So we're going to work the other side now. So coming straight over to the other side into your right glute, we're working or placing that ball right in the middle of the glute. This time our left leg's nice and long. We're floating our right leg up to tabletop and then sending the leg long. So you might need to play with this a little bit if you haven't done trigger points before, just moving that ball around until you find a hot spot. 1 more. As the knee comes out, we're dropping that knee just out to the side and breathing into it. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. Remember, we can rock from side to side here if you like. And bring that knee all the way up. So finding that trigger in alignment with your hip, or in alignment with that last trigger. So just underneath the hip bone. Again, just have a little bit of a play around. You'll feel where you're tightest. Bringing the knee inside the body and opening to the outside. So feeling that muscle just roll back onto the ball here. Opening up for 3 more. Good, 2, and 1. Dropping the knee out to the side. And again, you can hold that statically, or you can rock and roll from side to side for 3, and 2. 1 more here, bring that knee back to center. Both knees are bent up. You're going to find your hip bone, take the ball around to the outside, drop your hips over to that side, and breathing into it. Couple of deep breaths here. So we want to feel the oxygen going straight to that muscle to heal and repair. 1 more breath here, nice deep breath in. And exhale, come back to center. Take the tennis ball out from there. We're going to grab onto your towel, or if you've got a strap. So with your towel, we're just going to roll that over, and we'll start on this right side that we just finished with. So we're just bringing it underneath the ball of your foot, and we're pulling your toe back towards your shin. Now we want to try to straighten this leg as much as you can. So to straighten and get that stretch through your hamstring, we need to activate into your quadriceps. So switching that muscle on as you pull the toe all the way back for 2 more breaths. Pressing your lower back down into the mat. 1 more breath here. And we're going to turn the toe inwards. So we're rolling from the ankle here, and then we're going to take that leg inside the body. Good, so we're keeping this right hip down, and you're feeling a little bit of a neural stretch through the outside of the leg, or wherever you're tightest. It might come all the way down the leg into your lower back. Mainly it will go through the outside of your calf, so working that nice neural stretch there. 1 more breath. Coming all the way back to center, holding onto the towel. Now with your right hand and taking that leg outwards and upwards. Now we're keeping your left hip down. Nice deep breath in with a long exhalation. So we want to keep our core switched on during all of these stretches, so we're not dumping into our lower back or putting any extra strain onto your lower back. 1 more breath here. And coming all the way back to center, we're going to come straight over to the other side. Left foot just up into the towel there. It's great if you've got a strap. I'm just demonstrating with the towel today, making sure everybody has got what they need to stretch out. Pulling the toe all the way back. So remembering we're activating through that quadricep to get the length into the hamstring. Nice deep breath in with a long exhalation. Turning the foot inwards, holding on with your right hand. Now we're taking that leg inside the body, pulling down through the left hip. So we don't want the hip to come off. We want to keep it locked down to really create that neural stretch through the outside of the leg. 1 more breath here. And coming all the way back to center, holding onto that towel with your left hand. Our right hip stays down. Take the leg outwards and upwards. You can hold on to that towel with both arms if you like, but really important to keep the right hip down. We've got 2 breaths here. And coming all the way back to center. Beautiful work. Lowering down through your towel. We're going to come straight back into using our tennis ball, triggering through the upper back. So we're going to work into your upper trap. So there's a little bit of a meaty part there, just above the shoulder blade. Coming lying all the way down. And just bringing your hand above the chest and stretching the arm up and over. So it's an active trigger to start with. We're going to take that arm up and over the head 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale for 1 more. On this last one, we're just going to relax down through the arms. Let the fingertips drop down towards the floor. Nice deep breath in. Long exhalation. You can close down through the eyes here for 1 more breath. And we're going to slowly move that tennis ball down. So we're at the top, and we're going to move it down so it's in between your shoulder blade and the spine. And then we're lying back down onto it, finding where you need that ball to be, and you're taking the hand across the chest and opening out to the side. So when you're doing these trigger points, so long as you're not actually on your spine, you can't hurt yourself. You might feel a little bit of pain into the muscle during that time, but it should feel very relieving after you take the tennis ball out from there. 1 more out to the side, and we're going to bring your hand just above the chest, and we're going to take the arm up and over. And everybody's going to be a little bit different. Some of you might find that first trigger in your shoulders a little bit more painful. Others might find this one a little bit more painful. Wherever you are with that trigger point, just breathing into it. and bring the hand all the way by your side. Let's come on over to the other side. So working our left shoulder now. We're going to start up on the upper trap, so up onto that meaty part above the shoulder blade there, and just taking the arm up and over the head. So an active trigger. Inhale to come up. Exhale, stretch the arm up and over for 3 more. Good, 2. And then we're going to hold the last one back there, stretching it up and over and taking 2 deep breaths. Trying to close down through the eyes here so you can really relax into it. 1 more breath. And bringing that arm all the way up. So moving that tennis ball downwards. It's in between the shoulder blade and the spine there. Arm across the chest and opening out to the side. Inhale to come across. Exhale, opening up for 3 more. Good, and 2. 1 more here. Bring the hand just above the chest and stretching the arm up and over the head again. Breathing into that stretch. Nice deep breath in with a long exhalation. And slowly coming off that tennis ball. We're going to come up into a nice seated position. And we're just going to stretch through our arms using your towel here. So depending on your flexibility will depend how far you want to take the hands outwards. So if you're quite flexible, you can have them in nice and close, palms facing up, and it's just a lift and lower here. Tapping the fingertips down and lifting up. So an active chest stretch. Inhale. Exhale, 2 more. 1 more here. Beautiful work. So we're going to come into a tricep stretch. So the right hand's coming up. We're pushing into the elbow and we're bringing our left hand down to meet. Now, if you can't quite meet through there, this is a really good time to use your stretching strap or your towel again. Now, it's normally this bottom arm where the inflexibility is coming from. So you want to pull that hand up. So we're feeling that stretch. You can see stretching through the front of my shoulder here. If you don't need the towel, our hands are clasped together and we're hinging forward from the hips. So we're getting a little bit of a stretch through the lower back as well. Leaning forward just that little bit more for 2 more breaths. Remembering you can use the towel if you need to here. 1 more breath. And slowly coming all the way up. As we reach the top, we're going to just change the cross of your legs here. Take your left hand all the way up, pushing into the left elbow, grabbing onto the left hand with your right hand, alternatively using your strap there or your towel to pull that right hand up. So it's the bottom hand that we're really trying to encourage to come up into your mid back. If you're okay in this position, start to hinge forward from the hips. 3 deep breaths here, taking your gaze forward to the tops of your mats. 1 more breath. Slowly coming all the way up, releasing through your hands and just coming up onto your knees for me. Finishing off with a couple of cat curls here, so just extending through your spine as we look up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale as you round the spine, tucking the tailbone all the way under for 2 more. Deep breath in. Exhale. 1 more here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out of the mouth. We're going to finish off with 3 breaths. I'm going to get you to bring your knees together, toes together. And we're sitting back into what's called a shell position. We want to release your forehead onto the mat and your palms are facing upwards here. So we're really rounding through the spine, allowing the body to relax, to reset our nervous system. Inhale, long exhalation. 2 more breaths. Last breath here. And slowly coming all the way up, taking your time, coming back into your body here. Thank you very much for joining me for my trigger point and stretch session. It was just a quick 15 minutes. Please let me know with some comments down below if you do have foam rollers. That's one of my specialties. I love showing people how to use the roller. So if you do, just drop me a line and I'll do that for you next week. Have a wonderful weekend and look forward to training with you next week.